Say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. Why?
Because they are the best tag team in the world today! Woo!
George.
Wrestling with Savage.
George, I think George just tried his resume for Tony Khan. I don't know. Up for George, huh?
With Savage! But of course.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. Why?
I'm trying to give these two W's. Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Savage, and yes, I'm here with Jay. So, Jay, what happened with Dexter Lumis? I heard you went on a little
Dexter
trip.
Lumis, all right?
Are you sure?
There's no such thing.
All right, it wasn't Dexter Lumis. I just want to make sure, man, because we can talk about it.
Not at all.
We can talk about it if it bothers you or if he did something to you. I want you to be able to come to me and tell me. Like, I'll get Dexter back for you. You know I can get access.
You don't have to.
I can get access to any locker room in the country. You know that, right?
I'm back here to save the day right here. That's why they called me back. I'm here to save the day.
Here to save the day. We're already here right now. We're going to be covering NXT with Anthony. Anthony, this is going to be his first time on the show with us for NXT. His first debut episode of NXT. I'm glad to know that he's a big NXT fan. How long you been watching NXT for, Anthony?
What's going on, brother?
Black and gold.
Black and gold. So since, who was the first NXT champion that you remember?
Oh, God. Rude.
Bobby Roode? Okay, yeah, for me, Bobby Roode was one of my favorite champions. I was actually there when he lost to Drew McIntyre at the Brooklyn TakeOver. And,
that's not...
that shit really upset me. I was so devastated that they just put Drew over like that. And, I knew it was going to happen, but I didn't want it to because I wanted Bobby to go on to have a hell of a run because I knew exactly what would happen when Bobby got into the Vince McMahon system. And exactly what happened. He got, mid-carded. He got flatlined, So I'm very excited, and I'm starting off this for me tonight. I'm very excited to hear that Bobby Roode is on his way back. And
thank God.
I like the way they're booking Dolph Ziggler right now. Because whether you see it or not, last night on Monday Night Raw, Dolph Ziggler absolutely stole the fucking show with Theory. I mean, Theory needed a dance partner, and that dance partner was Ziggler. Ziggler did the job for him. Ziggler is the reason why I look at Theory right now as the embodiment of the new Attitude Era. The new Attitude Era. The new Attitude Era, because I saw Stone Cold like intensity yesterday, Jay, and I fucking liked it, Jay. Did you like it, Jay? Because we didn't get to hear your take on Monday Night Raw. So, Jay, in this segment right now, I'm gonna give you I want Jay's hot take on Monday Night Raw. What'd you think of the show, and what was your favorite part of the night?
Jesus Christ, the best part of last night's show was that I wasn't here to just take a big old shit on Monday Night Raw right here. Do you really want me to get into it?
I'll give you the platform.
Go back to my notes now.
I'll give you. No, you don't gotta go back to your notes. I want your. No, fuck your notes. No, fuck your notes. I want your live take.
I got notes. I got live notes here.
I don't want your notes.
I got live notes here. How Bobby Lashley cannot cut a promo. How about that?
How
about that? I got a perfect line for him.
Just your live take. Give it to me. Everything. Tell me. Forget me.
Tell me.
Give me all of it.
Here's the line.
You want to hear my hot take?
Here's the line. Here's the line. Word for word. Bobby Lashley. Here's the line. Cutting a promo when he came out. Hey, little selfie boy. Told little selfie boy into a punchline. What the fuck was that?
It's pretty bad. Yeah, look, you're not wrong.
What was that?
Lashley could obviously not talk.
What was that?
What that was is a sign that
was a sign that the show was just waiting to see horrible things to come later on. And that's a damn thing we see. But I will give you credit. The Dolph Ziggler match, Austin Theory, was great. No doubt about it.
The whole part.
Let's really break this down. We've seen this booking many times.
No. Not with Theory.
Remember they had a program. Yes, they did. Remember they had a program.
Okay, you've never seen him come out with no cell phone.
Stupid, ridiculous chair. Remember he was sitting on that stupid, ridiculous chair week after week of Raw, seeing Theory and going like this.
I think you need to back up that mic a little bit.
Don't forget.
Just like 2 inches. I'd back up the mic 2 inches.
I gotta bring it closer. I gotta bring it closer for all this trash that I saw last night. I gotta bring it closer so everybody can hear. But let's be honest, we've seen this booking before, haven't we?
Not for Theory, because last night he came out without a cell phone, and he was all business last night. Let's be honest.
We have seen this before.
You've seen him come out without a cell phone before? Except on Raw? Or I haven't.
I just wish I didn't see this match again, but we did, and it was great. It delivered, no doubt. But
I was a fan of it.
We've seen this before.
It don't matter, bro. Your boy Theory's a future fucking legend killer, and that's all you need to fucking know about it, bro. He's a future fucking legend killer, bro.
That's your boy.
He's gonna be your boy too, boy. He's everybody's boy. He's Austin Theory, and he will take your ass A-Town down. I know Anthony agrees. I know Gilch agrees. I know Thomas Babiak agrees. He's probably watching right now. Shout out to Barbells and Body Slams. Make sure you're following them on YouTube. Shout out to Dave LaGreca, putting on another fantastic show tonight. I was trying to call in today, but life is chaotic, and I had to keep getting in and out of the car, driving, tunnels. They actually put me on, and I was in a fucking tunnel, and I missed my chance to actually even be on the air today. But it's okay, because I've been talking with Dave LaGreca, and I'm hoping to bring some cool news, but he needs to know that the Busted Open Savage chapter is working on the Dave LaGreca lean video. And I sent them a sample, actually, Jay. I don't know if you saw it in the chat. I mentioned that I sent them a sample of the song, and, you know, let them know that our chapter was working hard on a video for him, something special. And he actually liked it. He said, "Thanks, brother." So that means the world to me, to be honest with you. If he's watching right now, Dave, I don't know if you come in here and watch anonymously, because I always see someone that doesn't have identification in the chat. But if it's you, and you're watching, you need to know that you host the best goddamn talk show in the world of wrestling. Great show today, having guests on. Bully Ray was killing it today. He was talking about having a rock show segment, like, on their thing. And that, I want to ask a question to you, Jay. What company do you think has had the best wrestling theme song of all time? Is it WWE, WCW? And what song is the greatest, like, let's say, theme
song? You mean
song?
Out of every superstar?
All time. Like the greatest ring entrance of all time. Who's got it?
Jesus. For me, as
and then we're going to get into some NXT.
Listen, as growing up, I love Randy Savage, but
Randy Savage, okay.
But
good song.
But as I was growing up and I really got into wrestling, it was really Triple H. When he was doing the I Am the Game.
Yeah.
I don't really know. It was the same guy that did the
Motorhead
theme for DX. Yeah.
Motorhead. Yeah.
That same guy. Yeah. It was.
How about you, Ant? What you got?
Awesome song.
Too many? DX.
Done.
Okay.
DX.
All right. Yeah, I can see it, man.
Yeah, that's great.
Teenager in the Attitude Era. You hear that song come on, you just want to fuck shit up, man. You just want to fuck shit up. You want to just have a good time. You want to party. You want to let go. I mean, Stone Cold was pretty impactful. I mean, I would hear that glass break on Monday night, and, you know, we used to just go break windows every time he would win a match. I mean, it was bad, and he was winning for a long time. I remember there was a point where he was winning like 52 weeks in a row type of thing. So a lot of people got fucked on a Monday night. Live in New York City.
Taker.
Well, yeah, but damn, man, Stone Cold's theme song was great. For me, best all time. It's so hard, but I might have to go with Triple H as well. There's so many good ones. Undertaker was always good too. When you would hear the gong, old school, you knew it was on when you heard that.
Hold on. I don't think Motorhead sang that song that I was
the original one, maybe not. Yeah, you might be right about that.
No, I don't think they.
It was a different band.
The same guy
it was
from
a
the
different
DX.
band.
I think it's the same guy. No, I think it's the same guy from DX.
The Motorhead version might have even been just as good, to be honest. The Motorhead version.
And then
was fucking
no, I
awesome.
think it was that. And then he switched over to Moon.
I love his whole like King of Kings, that whole entrance at
Oh,
WrestleMania.
God.
That to me, that was like the best entrance I've ever seen of all time. Like at a WrestleMania, that shit was sickening. It was up there. It was up there. I mean, you can't even argue it. Presentation, all that, and I like the way they introduced Charlotte Flair that time too. Charlotte was actually in that presentation with the King of Kings. She was one of the bodyguards.
Yes,
I was actually.
So was Alexa
go ahead.
Bliss.
A lot of
Alexa
them were in
Bliss
there,
was
man.
too.
They're talking a lot about Charlotte Flair lately, man. They're talking a lot about Charlotte Flair. What do you think, Jay, are going to be the last two women tag teams? You know what happened last night, Damage Control, Bianca Belair. We got a 4-on-4. Two, by the way, Mia Yim, right? Crickets, right? Nothing from you? Crickets?
Listen, everybody's saying some bad shit about me, and yeah, I'm gonna come here and defend her. Okay? She just came off an impressive match at Bound for Glory in October against Mickie James. If nobody's seen that match, please rewind it. It was a great match. I thought she shined. She comes in. The thing is that they just put her in storylines and then into another storyline. You know that this is the only wrestler that's in two storylines going at the same time right now? I don't think we need to see her that. I would have just seen her in War Games and cut the other storyline with the OC.
Well, I am kind of sick of them just
Hey.
throwing wrestlers that come back into random storylines when they should just have their own fucking storyline. Looks like Jay's frozen up right here. We'll see if he comes back. But we're going to get into NXT, and we had a match that started off NXT right away. And there, Jay's back. Braun Breaker versus Von Wagner for the NXT Championship. And it's crazy that this is the match that starts off NXT, because this is the main title, the main thing. But it's a good nod to the women of the Federation, saying, hey, look, you guys take it tonight. The Women's Championship is just as important. And, it might as well be, because Mandy Rose, who's a bigger star right now? Is Mandy Rose a bigger star than Braun Breaker, Jay, in your opinion?
I can't believe you're asking me this question right now.
Yeah.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? And how dare you disrespect me and Anthony right now? Just hearing this out of our ears is just disrespectful.
I just asked you a simple question. Is Mandy Rose a bigger star than Braun Breaker?
Anthony, please answer this question for this. Please, I can't. I don't even want to answer.
All right, how about this
Okay.
question? In 10 years, who's a bigger star? Mandy Rose or Braun Breaker?
You serious? Are you serious?
Jay's
Anthony,
tight.
please say something to this guy. I don't know.
Honestly,
Jay's tight.
I'm going to say this. They're doing so well in both their own respective divisions. And for me, Mandy Rose is my favorite
Okay.
in NXT right now.
I agree,
Braun
yeah,
Breaker-
she's up, yeah. I agree
Yeah.
with you. 100%. I was just asking a question. I don't know why everybody's going all fucking crazy.
You should know the fucking answer. That's why. It's
I do know the
disrespectful.
fucking answer. I want to know what you fucking think, though. But we got a match right now.
Wait, hold on. Before you get into that match, I'm gonna just butt in and add to Anthony. I would say that with you, but I am a huge fan of JC Jane. She's definitely up there with Mandy.
I prefer Gigi Dolan over JC Jane, but that's just me.
I think she lost a little step, but she's there too. She's right behind.
Okay. I think they're on the same page.
That's just me.
She might have been a little hurt the last couple of months, let's be honest. That's why she's not on TV
That is
right
true.
now. But, Mr. Stone comes out. He looks like some fucking insane character. Oh, my God. He starts off with a good distraction on Braun Breaker, giving Von Wagner the early advantage. Now a nice sliding counter by Braun into a beautiful shoulder breaker and an over-the-body just slam press, pulling out a nasty Frankensteiner, and then slowing the match down with a headlock. Von Wagner able to make a little comeback, now working on the left arm of Braun Breaker. Looks like he is stepping up his wrestling game. You would think so, but I didn't agree with that. I didn't think it was needed. He's the big man in the match. He's obviously bigger than Braun Breaker. He needs to be acting like the big man. The fact that he's even putting on an armbar, a submission, or this and that doesn't make any sense, and it takes away from his credibility as a giant, as a big man, as a colossus amongst men. So I don't appreciate all the wrestling by Von Wagner. It's not needed when you look like Sid Vicious. It's not needed when you look like Kevin Nash. It's not needed when you look like Razor Ramon. And it's definitely not needed when you're going against Braun Breaker. And it should just be a powerhouse match. But, you know, you make it hard for him to be a powerhouse because you're so fucking big. And you make him work for all the big spots and the big moves. But you do that by kicking his ass, punching him, throwing him, launching him. We should have seen Braun get thrown over the top ropes. Some crazy shit. You make it really hard. At the end of the match, you have Braun Breaker huffing and puffing like he just was in like a fucking Iron Man match. And, you know, Von Wagner barely got off any offense. So I thought that was an oversell by Braun Breaker. You know, bottom line is this. Braun comes back from all the bullshit that Von Wagner's doing. He gets a nice stalling suplex. We go to break. Wagner hits the choke slam to Braun on the steel stairs, which, by the way, it wasn't a DQ, right? That's not a DQ. What's up with that? We're just allowed to use the steel stairs now? Braun comes out on top, man.
They called it before. It's the discretion. They did say it before.
Braun comes out on top with a win, retains his title. What'd you think of the match, Jay?
Man, you know, I know we were just all, you know, throwing our little inputs about this match in our little group and everything. And I know there's a lot of negativity to my boy Von Wagner. But I am going to say this. You guys have to see this. This guy, without a doubt, is a rising star. Yes, I know he's green, but who else is in green?
So much bigger than Braun.
Let's be honest. This guy, first month coming in, first pay-per-view, getting a championship match. We know who did that too, Braun. Both of these guys share similarities. For example, they have strength. I thought the match started great. You throw Stone, who's a little weasel, you throw him around like a little doll, get him out the ring, do a massive big boom, boom, look good. Couple punches there, but let's be honest. Everybody keeps crapping about Von Wagner this, Von Wagner that. He was calling spots. Yes, they was calling spots, but he was calling spots to Braun. What does that guy tell you? He's calling spots to the NXT champion. That tells me a lot about something. It tells me a lot about trust. Everybody trusts this guy. I do too. I think you guys just got to give him a little more of a chance. This match wasn't bad. It could have delivered a lot more. I agree with Savage take that Von Wagner did not do a lot of offense. But let me tell you, Braun is one explosive motherfucker that I've ever seen. He is ready for main event roster to see this guy come after deadline.
Oh, yeah, Braun's absolutely ready. How about you, Anthony? What was your take on the match?
Honestly, I'm going to... I just think Von Wagner needs to be booked better. And his matches have to be produced a lot better than what they are. Because he's got potential, and I see it. But the problem is with the producing of the matches, whoever's producing these matches, they're not making Von Wagner look like the monster that he is. This guy could do damage to someone. This guy could definitely do damage to someone. Definitely. But if you're making him look like a normal, like all green of a wrestler, everybody's gonna be like, who's Von Wagner? Like,
that is true.
Why should I care about him?
No, you're not wrong at all. That's why I was saying for so long, I didn't like the way they booked him either and making him, you know, not look like a giant. He should look more like a giant. That's my main gripe about that match. But Braun Breaker ends up looking strong. Now we get a video package of Alba Fire, Toxic Attraction. They're showing us all the bullshit that happened. You know, Alba Fire kidnapping Gigi Dolan, or not kidnapping. I guess she beat the crap out of them, right? She beat the crap out of Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, and now she's taking them out, and now it's just her and Mandy Rose. We're going to find out what happens later tonight. That is the main event of the night, so you're going to have to stick around to find out exactly what happens later tonight. And, of course, what's up next between Zoe Stark, Braun Breaker, JD McDonough? You'll find out as soon as we're back right here on Wrestling with Savage.
Are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Brian say you live about the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. Why?
All right.
Because they are the best tag team in the world today! Woo!
George.
Wrestling with Savage.
George, I think George just tried his resume for Tony Khan. I don't know.
And we're back right here on Wrestling with Savage. And then, of course, we had a shot between Braun. He's coming out of the locker room, like I mentioned earlier, looking all tired. He's huffing and puffing. And who's going to come up next to him but JD McDonough, the Irish Ace, the best wrestler NXT has. He is the best wrestler in NXT. I'm just going to say that one more time. That's my opinion, though. And it's just an opinion. Now we're going to see Zoe Stark. She comes out. She's talking a lot of shit. She has a mic in her hand. She does her superstar pose on the corner. You could see this girl wants to be on the main roster. This girl wants to be a fucking superstar. This girl wants to be an ass kicker. Will she? Won't she? I don't know. That's not for me to decide. She comes out, says it feels good to not have to carry Nikita on my back this week. I was on the shelf. I took out 19 women when I came back, like a bat out of hell. I get called into a meeting, and in that meeting, everything changed. They came to me about a women's tag team tournament. They came to me, and I thought this was an interesting thing to do in the ring, going into details about what happened in the back. She, just pulled the fucking curtain in front of the whole audience. Like, oh, yeah, they came to me to make a tag team with this stupid chick, Nikita Lyons. Now, mind you, while she's saying all this, you could literally hear a pin drop. Nobody gave a fuck. And the only time people started giving a fuck was when she started basically shitting on all her fans. Whoever cheers for me, screw you. That's when she got a reaction finally. They started booing and hating on her. She went out to say I got injured wrestling, working with one of the most dominant women's champions we've ever had. And Nikita over here, she got hurt making stupid videos on social media. And when I returned, I carried her ass. And it was getting a little cringeworthy at this point. But they kept going. They showed us a replay of Zoe attacking Nikita. And she said she's done letting all the people that I've helped leech off me. I'm a huge part of the problem. And now you see I did not get famous posing on a beach or some dumb dance on social media. I busted my ass in this ring. Screw you to any of the fans who are cheering on me. You are all the same people that like those comments and post blah, blah, blah. Jay, your take on this promo?
Was too long. It could have been a lot cut short. I love the ending. She's the hunter and everyone's the prey. Perfect ending. Too long. That's why the crickets were there. She caught a lot of heat in the beginning, but as soon as she started rambling, kind of lost everybody.
I felt like she didn't catch the heat till she told her fans that are cheering for her that they can go screw themselves.
Well, that's the thing. She caught the heat when she came out. She didn't even say nothing. She just caught the heat right there. As soon as she blah blah blah, the first two sentences.
Shit was a rap, right?
You didn't even hear it.
She should have played classic and just not said anything for like a minute, right? That would have been better for her to not say anything for a minute, fuck with the crowd, and then just say a couple of things. Nikita's a piece of shit. I carried her. I'm better than her, and I'm better than every bitch here. And then leave. Simple. Too much, too soon, I think. They gave her a lot of time on that, Mike. Anthony, what do you think? I think Zoe Stark's phenomenal in the ring, by the way, before this one.
Too forced.
Forced. That's a good word.
The promo felt very forced. And she was trying to be something that she wasn't. Instead of trying to deliver what she was doing, the fans were like legit felt that the promo was being forced, because these fans down in Florida, in Orlando, that go to this place, they know when something's forced. They're not stupid.
Well, it's a small audience, man. It's a more intimate setting, and they are probably some of the more passionate fans that you can find in the WWE
Right.
universe. Because they're there
and
every week because they love this shit.
And that's the problem. That's the problem with it, because they're not dumb. They know, hey, she's forced. She's forcing this. Why do we care? Why are we gonna care about her? Oh, now she's shitting on us. Now we're gonna give a shit?
I think a big thing that NXT could do to increase ratings is to guarantee that every week on the show there is going to be one big WWE superstar on that show having a match against somebody, right? And then you're actually booking this around the country, not just in Florida. You're traveling, you're doing tours, and then maybe you can also, have surprises. Make it different, make it unique. I can't see this show breaking 1 million ratings if they don't try to make it bigger than what it already is. And the only way you do that is by putting it in the bus and start traveling the country so everyone in the country can know NXT even fucking exists. I mean, a big reason why people don't watch NXT is because they don't even fucking know about it. They don't. Most people, like, you're a casual fan, they don't know what the fuck NXT is. That's a fact. I'm sorry. Casual fan.
But what they do every Monday and Friday is they promote NXT.
They definitely do, yeah. But don't forget the casual fans not watching every Monday and Friday, though.
Yeah, like they're not doing enough of it.
No, not at all.
And I agree with you. I 100% agree with you on that one. They should go on the road.
I mean, they don't have to have big venues, bro. There are small little arenas and stadiums and gymnasiums and all kinds of shit that can fit 400 fucking people. If their goal is put on 400 people, they can do that everywhere for free. How many people would host them for free? Just because of the business they'll bring. Because there's going to be 400 people, if not 800 people outside waiting to get inside.
And that's the thing. You're trying to get
Hammerstein Ballroom. NXT TakeOver, Hammerstein Ballroom. How sick would that be?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that's the thing, is like you want to get these guys ready for the main roster. How are you doing that if you're not having them travel?
Yeah, no, I agree 100%, man. But we'll see what's gonna happen with Zoe Starks and NXT. Now we're gonna get a segment with Chase U. Thea Hale goes on to say that Duke is growing on her to Andre Chase. I like Chase U. I think it's a fun, because it's one of those like fun gimmicks, and I actually like it. I think that she makes it all work. Without her, this thing's terrible. She's the reason why it works, because she's the perfect cheerleader. Jay, what do you think? You agree with that?
He's the perfect loser. This whole segment is a loss for me. I don't care about it, and let's please move on.
You don't like Duke Hudson?
I expect he'll turn a week or two.
Okay, week or two. All right, Anthony, any takes on Chase U? Are you a Chase U member?
It's growing on me.
It's growing.
I'm going to say it. It's growing on me.
I think Andre Chase has a lot of potential,
Anthony.
man.
Save yourself, Anthony, please.
I think this Chase guy is a sleeper. He's a dark horse, and no one even sees him coming. And when he makes his main roster debut, it won't be with this Chase U bullshit. He's going to have a suit on. He's going to have a serious character. And I think he's going to have maybe a good career. I don't know why. I see a little Sami Zayn in him. See a little Sammy in him, man. He's very oozy.
Please.
He's very oozy. You don't think he's oozy, Jay?
You stop, God. You went there.
Not oozy. I mean, all right, fine. Let's get into my favorite part of the night. Look at these two behemoths of men. Look at these two gargantuous beasts ready to unleash havoc amongst the NXT Tag Team division. And soon, you will see this act in the WWE. And the day will come where the Bollywood empire of Jinder Mahal and these fucking guys are going to be like having all the fucking gold. I can see that shit in a year and a half, 2 years. Jinder Mahal will have a big WWE title run again. End of story. That's happening whether you like it or not. It's going to happen at one point. And these guys, Sangha and Veer Mahan, probably going to be right next to him for the ride. It's going to be like a mafia kind of thing. They're going to kill it. They're going to kill it, like their version of the Bloodline.
Oh.
I think it's written in the stars,
Anthony
man.
disagree. Anthony looked like he disagreed.
You don't think so, yet?
No, I do. I don't disagree. I agree with him.
Oh, see, he agrees. I mean, I see the potential there. These guys are the closest thing to like a 1980s tag team come to life.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
You know, just big, beefy, crazy looking, strong, natural strength, charisma. And they go together. Veer Mahan cannot exist without Sangha. Like,
yeah.
I gotta give credit to Veer Mahan though. He looks so phenomenal right now. He got into like some crazy shape, dude. I think Veer Mahan has had a transformation because I remember seeing him on Raw and he looked a little chunky. Now we're looking at this guy and I can see his abs. He's got that just mean mug on with that crazy beard. I mean, I'm looking at this screenshot and it's absolute fucking fire. These guys are ready to sell merch. They will be gods in India. They will be gods in India. They will have more fans than the entire NXT roster combined because of the fan base that exists in India. If these guys are really taken seriously. And the word gets out, like, oh, look at these two Indian guys over here. They're kicking everybody's ass. The whole country's going to light up on fire. Jinder's already a god over there. You know what I mean? You know how much money Jinder Mahal makes, too? People don't even talk about it. That motherfucker sells a lot of merch, man. Whether he's wrestling or not. Legend.
Fun fact. Veer Mahan is... He used to be a relief pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Wow.
That's
pretty cool.
If you look at his picture from that point and then look at him now, it's insane, the transformation.
He looked very impressive tonight in their debut. The match is going to be coming up next, but we're going to get another shot of basically Braun Breaker in the locker room again, but this time Apollo Crews is going to come up to him. Apollo tells him, you should watch me tonight. You should watch what I'm going to do tonight. Because I'm going to do it to you soon, too. I liked it. This was short and sweet. I liked all the little ribs they did to Braun Breaker all night, just fucking with him. JD fucking with him. Apollo fucking with him. You know, even though he's not in he's not wrestling again the rest of the night, they still kept him very much part of the show. Let you know, hey, he's our champ, and this is everybody that's coming for him. So it's interesting. Now we're going to have that match. And their name is Indus Sher, right? Indus Sher. Sangha and Veer Mahan versus Nick Cannon Knight and some fucking scrub they didn't even bother to name. The Creed brothers. Actually, let's get into the match, actually. The match was interesting. It was a squash match. But it was a good squash match. Veer Mahan and Sangha took their time dissecting these guys, destroying them. Beat the shit out of them, did all kinds of big moves, bumps. They did the Colossus gorilla, like a stinger splash in the middle of the ring, but like a double stinger splash, and they just sandwiched the guys. One guy was like shorter than the ropes. One guy was definitely shorter than JD McDonough, that's for sure. These guys got fucked up. The one guy didn't want to tag his tag team partner, so I believe it was Veer Mahan who took the guy's arm and just he forced him to tag his guy into the ring. And continued to beat his ass. There was one move that Veer Mahan did. Do you remember when he threw the guy over the ropes into the ring? And then the guy landed on his fucking head? Did you see that shit, Jay? He landed on his fucking head.
I thought he hurt like his collarbone or something because he landed like on his shoulder. Kind of.
Sangha very impressive with the body slams. You know, one-handed body slams made him look super easy. And then I gotta give credit to Veer Mahan. I'm looking at the screenshot. I gotta send this to you after, man. Yo, this guy is jumping over the top rope, right? To do this elbow drop right now. And his entire body in this picture is above the top rope.
Oh, God.
The vertical this guy has to be able to do that standing elbow drop is godlike. That incredible. All their double team moves, including their finisher, which was like a sick. Basically, Sanga puts the guy up into like a sidewalk slam position, and then Veer Mahan comes off the second rope with like a huge tomahawk chop, and just like annihilates the motherfucker. 1, 2, 3. What'd you think of the match and then their promo at the end, Jay?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say on this show, we do not promote alcohol, but it seemed like a couple of my colleagues here have been taking the swig because they're saying that Indus Sher is his greatest tag team in the 80s. Oh my God, they're so impressive here. Baseball player here, to wrestler. Who gives a flying fuck? Let's face it. Let me rewind you guys into memory lane. First of all, this is not the first time we've seen this tag team. We've seen this tag team with former Michael Bivens. If you don't remember who Malcolm Bivens is, please take a look. He also controlled Diamond Mine himself. We have seen the same maneuvers. The only thing they added is what Savage said is Stinger Splash. I call it a double sandwich because they're double sandwich losers. That's what they are to me. It's the same thing. And when you have a guy that's over 6 feet tall, throwing guys, choke slamming them 1 arm or 2 arms, and you're going to do a finisher just basically, I'm going to set him up in a backbreaker. You just jump from the elbow and 1, 2, 3. I think it's weak for them. I don't think that's a great finisher. I think they need to change that big time.
Okay. How about you, Anthony? What's your take on the match and the debut of their tag team?
I'm going to just say this. I want to see Von Wagner if you're Mahan. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Sounds like a good match. We get the Creed brothers after, and they're, they say we're going to kick their ass, and they're not going to make a name off the Diamond Mine. Then we see Tatum Paxley and Ivy Nile try to talk to the Creed brothers, and I thought at first they were trying to hype them up, but then Creed brothers just shot her down, saying, nah, this is how we do it, blah, blah, blah. It kind of didn't make sense. I didn't really understand that, because it sounded like she was trying to hype them up, but then they're like, no, we got this. It's like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
It sounded like these people went to Shawn Michaels and said, excuse me, can I be on TV tonight? Please, please, please. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
No sense.
Now we see a shot of JD McDonough. He's going to make his way to the ring. But of course, we have to be interrupted. The greatness of JD McDonough has to be interrupted. The entrance of JD McDonough, the best fucking wrestler on NXT, has to be interrupted by Wendy fucking Chu, who says she wants Cora Jade to look in the mirror after I give her 2 black eyes. Which, A, is a false statement. Because Wendy Chu ain't going to do a goddamn thing to Cora fucking Jade. Not in my opinion. Cora Jade's on another level right now. That's, all right. What do you think, Jay? Do you think Wendy Chu is a threat to Cora Jade?
Here comes another loser segment here, back to back. Probably the scene for the first time in a long time. What can we say about Wendy Chu? This is the same promo we saw on Tiffany Stratton. It's the same promo we see every time she comes out with a stupid onesie. It's the same thing over and over. And guess what? This gimmick did get over, and then it got bored. Please, take her off TV. Please, put her on the list. Please, send her to Impact. Do something.
How about you, Ant? What's your take on Wendy Chu?
I don't think it's as bad as Jade's. But make her more of a badass.
I like how you said that. It's not as bad as Jay's. It's still bad, but it's not as bad as Jay's. It's hard to be as bad as Jay's. Thank God, finally, we're going to get to some good professional wrestling. It takes a while, but we are there, and I hope you are ready for it because it is a banger. We have JD McDonough, who's going to be taking on Apollo Crews. And I went in the chat immediately before this match started, and I told everybody, I hope you all know you're about to see a fucking banger. Because it's going to be a banger. I know it. Because I see the work ethic in Apollo Crews, and I see the work ethic in JD McDonough. And you put the two together, and you're going to get a fucking banger. I mean, it's that simple. They show us a video package of what JD McDonough did last week. And another banger, where he fucking shit and destroyed on Axiom in a major statement match. Just showing everybody, this is what I can do in the ring. This is what the Irish Ace can do in the ring. He's good, Jay. He's more than good, man.
Can I just say, thank God we got Axiom off TV? Thank God.
All right. I like Axiom, actually.
Him off TV.
No, him and Nathan Frazier, he's been doing good work. I mean, he's part of the reason why that was a banger. I like Axiom. Don't hate.
I like Axiom when I don't see him on TV. That's what I like.
Well, here's Apollo Crews, and he's in the perfect shape. I mean, this guy looks like he should be in the Black Panther. I mean, this guy looks like he should be the new Black Panther. Dude, look at him. This guy's awesome, bro. He looks incredible, dude. He looks incredible. He looks like a real life superhero, though. He really does. Guy's incredible. He's like a mini Bobby Lashley. He might even be more jacked than Bobby Lashley at this fucking point. I don't even know. He's pretty fucking jacked. This guy is in the best.
The same to me.
Yeah, I can see him, man. He's in the best shape of his fucking life, to be honest. Anyway, the match is going to start. They're going to circle the ring. Classic fucking wrestling. All kinds of headlocks and takedowns and scissors and counters and roll-ups and pins and moves. Move after move. Spanish fly. Flying off the top rope. Flying at full velocity. Every shot looked incredible. Knees to the face that connected. Forearms that connected. Chops that sounded fierce. Everything about this match was and is the embodiment of professional wrestling. These two guys went in there, and they're not even there for the crowd. They're not there for the TV. It's just those two guys in the ring, and they're making fucking magic. Like, this match was magic. It was one of the best matches you're going to see on NXT this year. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's the best match, but it's going to be on a list of matches that was the best match of the year. It's up there. It's going to be one of those 10 matches. It was so innovative and good and clean and a big statement for Apollo Crews. Clean victory over JD McDonough, who's been slaying it in NXT. Clean win over JD McDonough. No interference, no cheating, no bullshit. Clean, high-flying action, power moves, submissions, counters, roll-ups, shades of Macho Man and Steamboat. That power bomb into the fucking sunset flip, into the pin, into the reverse, into the counter, and then another scoop, into the choke slam. Did you see the knee to the face that Apollo Crews hit on JD McDonough? God damn. Go ahead, Jay. You're going to shit on it. I know it. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, everybody's just waiting to shit on everything. Like, I'm going to shit on this. I'm going to shit on that. I'm not going to shit on this match. This match was match of the night. This match was better than Theory and Ziggler.
Yes.
I am not a fan right here. I'm going to keep saying it for the record. I'm not a fan of JD McDonough. But the kid is getting booked in these matches that are basically he's making it. If you really thought Apollo Crews made JD McDonough, you're wrong. It's the opposite. JD made Apollo Crews tonight. How I can't believe I even saying that.
I don't think Apollo made tonight. JD. No, not at all. Yeah.
I think he did. I think the great exchange at the beginning between the two was all JD's idea. And I think JD sold extremely well, especially when he was heading into the Spanish fly. That was a great sell right there because that caught me off guard. And I'm sure it caught you and it caught Anthony off guard as well. I did not expect that. It was a great call. I can't even believe Booker T made a good call on that, even though he's still horrible.
Yo, Booker T was awesome on this match on commentary.
He was, and he was awesome on the mellow, which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
But this was a great match. This is what we needed to see. I wouldn't mind seeing it again, but it did make Apollo. I think JD was the better man. He made Apollo. He put him through. Apollo had that beautiful big boot into the Tiger Drive suplex into the second Tiger Drive sit-down bomb. I thought that was a great spot for me. That kind of woke my eyes up on Apollo Crews. So this guy's pure athleticism is off the charts. But, personally for me, I just don't think he could carry the whole NXT brand.
I think he's a future NXT champion, but not till Braun Breaker gets out of the picture. I mean, if JD could manage to get the title off Braun Breaker, though, that would be something to brag about. I mean, that's something to brag about. But I just don't know if they're going to book him for that. But no matter what, whether they book him to be a champion or not, he's headed to the main roster. He's better than Johnny Gargano. I'll tell you that right now. Like, not even, it's not even fucking, I won't even debate it with a motherfucker. I'll be like, all right, we can agree to disagree. You believe you,
Disagree.
That's fine. That's fine. Anthony, what's your take on this match?
Classic wrestling. And that's what I love. I love seeing two guys that know their athletic power and that just bring it out of each other completely. And that's what they both did.
What I loved about it, dude, was they didn't make too many mistakes. Actually, I don't think they made any mistakes. Everything looked about perfect. You know how many backflips they did and they landed and made it look sick? Apollo Crews was landing backflips from in the ring to out the ring, landing on his feet like it was nothing. Like just
the reverse pinfalls, like the stat sequence, which is incredible.
Dude, you could ask so many wrestlers to just go and mimic their movement, right, without fucking up, and a lot of them are not going to be able to do it. A lot of them are not going to be able to do it.
Of course not. No. Professional. I agree with you 100%.
Like, if you did that, let's say, as like a gymnastic routine. You ever watch the Olympics and the gymnasts have like a routine that they do and then they get graded? Like, let's say that was the routine all these gymnasts had to go do. Not a lot of people are going to be able to do what Apollo and JD McDonough were just doing and make it look like that.
No way. And I'm going to agree with you on that, Savage. Like,
I'm still saying, called.
He's going to be, he's going to be on the main roster.
That spot they had outside of the ring where Apollo was just bouncing him off the apron and then made him just crashed him onto that table. Like, all that looked like fire. JD with a constant struggle trying to get him to tap out. That over-the-top throw that Apollo Crews did, launching JD over the top rope, that was a tough fucking bump. I gotta say this, JD McDonough's taking the toughest bumps on WWE television right now. Nobody is making those bumps look as deadly and good as JD McDonough. I'm calling it right now. JD McDonough might be the best bump taker in the business right now. I'm watching the way he lands, and he's not getting hurt. He's landing viciously and not getting hurt and getting up and doing it again. Unlike some other superstars who shouldn't be taking bumps like that, named Jeff Hardy. But that's a whole nother show.
Hold on. I gotta say this. There's one guy that's under him. To me. Ziggler.
I'll give you that. Ziggler's on another level right now. To me, when I look at Ziggler, I know you guys might laugh, but I don't. I look at Ziggler as a legend right now. He's a legend to me. He's not just
he's got Shawn Michaels.
What I saw him he earned legend status with me when I saw him do this thing at Survivor Series where he survived and he kicked. I think it was like 4-on-1, and he whooped everybody's ass and won.
What year was that?
A while ago. Maybe 8 years ago.
10 years ago.
10 years, yeah, maybe even 10.
Because he doesn't have a run no more. 20 years ago.
Well, David LaGreca said it earlier today, actually. Ziggler, he won his championship, and then he got injured. And he never got a push again after that. If he wouldn't have got injured, what would Ziggler have become?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when he came back, there's too many other players in the game now.
I don't think he gives a shit. I think he's just another. Listen.
He wants a paycheck.
Before we get into the next segment, I'm gonna make it short and sweet. He's just another Miz to me. You know what did that mean in my book? That means that yes, you're going to be a future Hall of Famer, and yes, you have done everything. The only thing that's
I think we lost Jay there for another second. Basically, he's telling us about how
shouldn't be pissed at all.
He's back.
You shouldn't be pissed at all. I don't think anybody heard me. Did they?
We heard something. He shouldn't be pissed at all, but that's okay. We understand what you mean. Dolph Ziggler's the fucking man. He's like the Miz, and
he's like
Hall of Famer.
He's like the Miz. He already accomplished everything. He'll make it, but come on, let's face it.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ziggler has one championship run left in him, though. He's definitely, in my opinion, he's a threat as long as he's in the roster, because you never know when Triple H might look at him and say, you know what, it's your turn. Go take it off. Go take it off Cody Rhodes. Even though you know what I'm calling for WrestleMania 40? And I know you guys are going to laugh right now. You want to know what the main event of WrestleMania 40 is?
I know it.
Matt Cardona versus Cody Rhodes.
No.
Yes.
How would you like
No,
that?
they won't take
I
it
want
back.
Matt Cardona to win the Royal Rumble. And Cody stays champion from this Mania to next Mania. And the next Mania, Matt Cardona just takes it off him.
Huh.
I can't see him come back.
Wait, any storyline?
Yeah, of course, absolute storyline. Yeah, Matt Cardona comes back and he's just like, I'm here to take what's mine. He's like, just like you did to Roman. It's my turn to take it from you. Evolution, bitch. You're looking at the next best. It's me.
Okay.
Something
Okay.
like that. I don't know. That's just
Okay.
off the top
I
of
like
my off the top of my head, but I'm just throwing it out there. I want to put it in the universe because I would love to see that. I don't know about you guys, but I think that would be a banger of a main event. Great
Yeah,
storyline.
oh, God,
It would
yeah.
bring a bunch of new fans in. It would bring fans that aren't watching WWE anymore. They're obsessed with NWA or they're obsessed with GCW or they're obsessed with ISPW
Yeah.
or any of the indies. Maybe Matt Cardona coming back to the WWE is the way
No.
you get back all those hardcore fans that don't watch it anymore. Am I wrong?
I just don't see him. I just don't see them giving him all that creative. I just don't see it. He needs creative freedom, man. You can't just
The only way that
Matt Cardona to just
get that-
walk in and be Matt Cardona.
The only way I think you would ever get that, Jay, is if Cody Rhodes talks for him. That's the only way I think you.
Nah, I think Cardona could talk, man. But they need to let him, like Jay said, they need to let him have that creative freedom.
Yeah.
Because without that,
Oh, yeah.
he's not good at reading a script, but he can cut a promo. He can definitely cut a promo.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we'll see what's gonna happen. I mean, anyway, if you didn't see the match tonight, make sure you go back and watch it. JD McDonough versus Apollo Crews was an absolute banger. One of the best matches you're gonna see on NXT all fucking year long. Incredible athleticism. And great finish, clean finish. Apollo Crews is your winner. Braun Breaker comes out. He's kissing his title. Apollo Crews is smiling at him. And there's a lot of storyline there. What's going to happen? Is it going to be Apollo versus Braun Breaker? Or is JD McDonough going to find a way? Because don't forget, before the match, JD did also show up to Braun Breaker. So he has his eyes on those titles.
Oh, please. It's
So-
over. I told you this already.
Maybe it'll be a
It's
triple
Cruz.
threat. Would
Straight to
you
Cruz.
rather see Braun versus Apollo or Braun, Apollo, and JD? Anthony, how about you? You go first. Would you want to
let
see
me-
that? Which one would you want to see?
I would rather see a triple threat.
Okay. And
So-
Jay?
Okay.
No, it's okay. I'll get back to you in 1 second. Jay?
Just single match. Single
Single match. All right,
Single
Anthony,
match.
why do you want to see
Single
the triple threat?
Well, what I see happening though is JD is going to somehow screw the matchup. DQ happens, and then that's when we have the triple threat.
Yeah, I can see that. 100%. Yeah, maybe that's a perfect way to fucking book it. We'll see if that happens. We'll be looking forward. I will be looking forward to that. But now we're going to get an interview. There's going to be a Mandy Rose segment, and she's just reminding us who she is. And this was strong. She looked strong as usual. We don't give stars anymore on this show, but I'm going to give Mandy Rose a 5-star rating. It's Mandy Rose, the greatest female women's champion of all time on NXT. And it's a matter of time before she breaks Charlotte Flair's record and Shayna Baszler's record and everybody's fucking record. She's coming for that shit. She will not come to the main roster until she is the one and only ruler of the NXT women's division.
Honestly, what I would like to see is her going to the main roster with the NXT title.
That's actually not a bad way to promote the show, too.
Yeah, but what you could also do though is like, you want to do a Survivor, you want to do something different, do a triple threat, like women's division, like get the 3 best women's wrestlers in the women's division, put them in a steel cage, and then have them fight for the title. Have them go at it.
Who's the best 3?
NXT
Who's the best 3
champion.
women in the division?
Other than Mandy, I would have to say when Sasha Banks comes back, Sasha. I'm sticking to Sasha.
Sasha NXT
And
title? And
Bayley.
Okay. And Bayley. I mean, Bayley needs something, because they were talking a lot about Damage Control on Busted Open today. Basically just saying that Damage Control is the shits. And if I managed to get on the air today, which I didn't, I would have said this. It's incredible to see 3 individually talented women who are so good individually. Yet when you put them together, I've never seen anything stink so bad. It's like, Bayley's incredible. Sky's good too solo. She was great. Dakota Kai was great. Now we stick them together and it's shit? How does that work? How, Jay?
The guy, JD, from NY206 that I listened to, he said, and I agree with him, something's missing with Damage Control. They have to figure out what it is. Because if you don't, the team's going to just die.
What it is, it's called the audience. The audience is missing because they don't fucking care. They're changing the channel or they're walking away.
Fair enough.
Like, that's
Fair
what's
enough.
missing. The fans. The missing ingredient.
Right. But
I'll tell you this. If Damage Control comes out next Monday and Bayley just turns around and pulls a Seth Rollins with a steel chair and just fucking dumps on both of them, do you understand the pop she would get? Like, the place would probably explode if Bayley just went solo.
or she could just pull a freaking Austin Theory from last night.
We'll see. I think they're losing at Survivor Series War Games, though.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
But
Bella needs to get her pin.
the only reason they might not lose, and it's Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley might just shit on everybody. You know, I think Rhea Ripley's Triple H's pick. If out of all those women, I think Triple H is going with Rhea Ripley.
The only way for her to not look like a loser in that match is if she doesn't get pinned.
Yeah.
If she doesn't
Well, she's definitely not getting pinned, let's be honest. If anybody's getting pinned, it's probably going to be Dakota Kai. Well, how does the match work? It's elimination, or I forgot.
No, how it's working is like you start off with 2 competitors, and then whoever's got the team advantage, that's who's coming in next. So, like, say if Damage Control has the advantage, it would be Bayley starts off, and then you would have Rhea Ripley come in, and then it would be like remember.
So wait, the first person that gets pinned loses?
It would be like the Blood and Guts match.
Okay.
Like Blood and Guts.
So it's an elimination match then.
Yeah.
So
that's the same thing.
So everybody has to get pinned basically, except the winner, the last person standing.
No.
So what? The first pinfall wins the match,
And once everybody is in the ring, the match begins.
and the first pinfall wins.
And it's a pinfall or submission.
Just one pinfall. 10 people and one pinfall ends the match. Okay. Just want to make that clear for everybody. Now we're going to get a little screenshot here. North American Championship contract signing going to be coming up. Wesley, Carmelo Hayes. It's going to be coming up a little later in the night. First, we're going to get an interview with Big Body Javi. This was his attempt to be funny, I guess. He's calling out all these different wrestlers that are injured. Calls out Axiom, who's hurt. Calls out Dragunov, but he's also injured in Germany. And he says, you know what? If Big Body challenged me too, I'd go back to Germany too. Then he challenges Gallus. They're suspended. Javi says that the interview girl over here is part of the problem, and that she is blocking one of the greatest NXT superstars from unleashing their potential. Something like that. Something along those lines. This was fucking bad. Why is this guy on TV? He looks like he works at the Gap, by the way. He looks like he works at the Gap.
This is horrible.
They made whoever wrote that script for him needs to get fired.
The sad thing is, he might have made this up his damn self.
No, I have a feeling I know who wrote it. Bruce Pritchard.
Fucking Bruce Britt. Why, he's back there in NXT? He's doing things?
I think he's doing NXT because Triple H doesn't want to I don't think Triple H wants to overload himself.
Nah, yeah, Triple H, he still has the overall final say on probably who has the straps, and that's about it.
Yeah, but
You know,
They need
he
to
has
come
the
out.
final say. Even if Sean goes to him and says, "Let's put the strap on Joe Gacy," he might be like,
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do it.
maybe not. Now we're gonna get the contract signing. Booker T with Wesley, Carmelo Hayes, and Trick Williams. Hayes with a good line saying that your limit is where I start. I like that line. I thought that was the only strong thing he really said. Booker T is obviously a fan of Carmelo Hayes. It looked like Booker T was kind of like on Carmelo Hayes' side a little bit, giving him most of the shine during the interview and then going to Wesley at the end. Booker T says, "Save that drama for your mama. Can you dig that, sucker?" And I got to give props to Booker T tonight. I thought he did a fantastic job on this panel, and I thought he did a fantastic job on commentary tonight. It took a few weeks, but it looks like he's finally getting very comfortable in that fucking chair, Jay. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's what it took for him to start loosening up. Because the first couple of weeks, you could tell that he was not quite there yet. Now he seems to be more confident, more comfortable, and just being himself, which is pretty good commentator. Not bad tonight. Go ahead, Jay. Give it to me. Contract signing. What'd you think?
Yeah, the contract signing was great. Booker T is still the shits on commentary. Let's face it, just because he had one or two great lines and he was great in the segment doesn't mean he knows exactly how to basically call a main event match, which we'll get into later. This was great overall. Melo is a superstar. Let's face it. I think he's ready for main event roster. So, what is there not to like? I'm excited for this match.
It's gonna be a good match. What's your take on it, Anthony? Are you excited about this match, and what'd you think of Booker T's performance?
Yeah, the match I'm excited about because you could just see the intensity with them, and it's a natural intensity. It's natural. It's just you could tell these guys have chemistry with each other because they knew how to give it. When it was time for them to turn it on, they turned it on. Those two guys, I'm a Carmelo Hayes guy and a Wesley guy. I'm both I love the two of them. And just next week, they're gonna give us. I feel like that they're gonna give us the same type of match, just like how JD and Apollo gave us, because those are.
Well, that was a hell of a match, but these guys are both capable, super athletic as well, and Carmelo's really good in the ring, really crisp. Wesley's been good in the ring for a long time, former NXT Tag Team Champion. Been a while since he's had some gold around his waist, and we're going to find out if he's going to hold that gold around his waist. Or is Carmelo Hayes going to be your three-time NXT North American Champion? I don't know. I'm calling Wesley on that one. I don't think they're taking away that title. I think Shawn Michaels loves this kid, and he's gonna let him shine for a few months right now, at least minimum. See what he does with that title. Probably see if he sells some merch. We'll see. They need to do a better job on NXT merchandise, by the way. Did you guys know that Hard Justice is on the way?
I did not know that.
No? You didn't see the video segment with your boy who's coming back?
I did not see.
With the name I still can't pronounce? The guy that had all the bangers with Keith Lee?
Oh, this guy, Jakovic, cut another promo?
He cut another promo and basically told us.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see it? He just had the one good line in it is he said, "Hard Justice is on its way." And he had a little notebook with a pen.
Oh, just fucking come out for God's sake, you fucking loser. Come out.
Dominic Dijakovic.
He's a beast, though.
Dijakovic, yeah, there you go.
Dakajovic?
Dijakovic. Yeah.
Dajakovic.
Beast your eyes.
He is a beast, though. He is a beast. I've seen his matches. Like I said, all his matches with Keith Lee were absolute bangers. We also got a segment with Idris Anolfi, Odyssey Jones, I believe it was Blade over there. Tells us why he wears the sweater vest, basically because his dad bought it for him. And he basically wears it because he loves his dad. His dad passed away, and that's why he wears it to honor him. And that's just the way it is. Everybody giving him some support. These guys are starting to grow on me a little bit. Last match they had was actually pretty good. Nothing else happened. It was just a little segment. I don't even know what it was about. Jay, do you have a take on this? Did you catch it?
These guys are growing on you. The biggest botchers in the world every week for week. Every time they have a match, these guys are growing on you.
Hey, well, that's what happens when you're around long enough.
For me, I'm going to tell you what. Shawn Michaels loves these boys. He loves them so much that he said, you know what? You want to be on TV too? Hey, why not? I'm going to give everybody fucking TV time. Especially the people after this shit. But I'm going to give everybody TV time. So why not? Let's face it. What did this do? I asked you guys this question.
That's what I was wondering.
For everybody.
I don't know what this did.
It didn't do nothing.
I didn't really see much of the
Exactly. Because it didn't do nothing for nobody. So what was the point?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to say this on the record.
There is no fucking point.
I still think Odyssey Jones is a beast.
He is a beast. He's a beast. But these guys are growing on me, and honestly, Anofi is fucking good, bro. Guys, money in the ring.
Yeah, he's good at botches. He's good. He's real good.
All right. Now we're going to get a match.
Hartwell, but we get into that.
We're going to get a match between Briggs and Jensen with Fallon Henley versus Schisms, the Dyads, Jaeger Reed, and Rip Fowler with Joe Gacy and Ava Raine. Dyads win this match in convincing fashion. Kiana James comes out enjoying watching the Hillbillies take the loss. Go ahead, Jay. Give me your take on this match.
Oh, man. Everybody's giving TV time tonight because we did not need to see all these motherfuckers on TV. But unfortunately, we do. Ava Raine
Real quick, let me just cut you off. Did you like the Dyads' new look tonight?
Hell no.
Okay.
But let me get into that. Ava Raine looks lost in the ring to me, guys. I don't know what it is. I just don't feel she's in unison with everybody. What is it? Double code breaker 1, 2, 3. I'm not impressed in this match. And let's face it, Briggs and Jensen look so bad. That horrible bulldog that Jensen did. What about Briggs? They're making him do ridiculous spots and making him call signatures. Let's not forget that throw to the ropes and to the slingshot clothesline. Yeah, it looked nice the first time, but I don't need to see it the second time. It didn't look crisp, so that's what I think.
Well, this was just a squash match, man. Basically, Schism just took a shit on these guys pretty much. I mean, Briggs and Jensen's, they've been booking them to be like ass kickers, and they just got shitted on. So you can see where they are on the totem pole right now. They're all the way at the bottom.
So they're so green.
The bottom of Schism's fucking boot. Anthony, you got a take on any of this shit? Schism, Ava Raine, Joe Gacy, Dyad's new look, or Briggs and Jensen just getting fucking buried on a Tuesday night?
I mean, I'm loving the Gacy thing. I am loving that Gacy faction. You know,
I actually think they're gonna have a pretty good career in NXT.
Yeah,
Good run.
but now here's a question that I have for you guys. When do you see them making their like going up to the main roster?
Not until they've had a
How long-
significant NXT run.
After SummerSlam.
Nah, I don't even think they're going to the
After
main roster
SummerSlam.
till like fucking.
Of course they are.
Nah.
They need tag teams. Of course they are. They need tag teams. They're sure. And Ava Raine's The Rock's daughter. Why would they just keep her there? Unless she's really, really green in the ring. Which, let's face it, she's injured, pro. She got injured 3 times.
Well, I think she is
So,
green in the
we
ring,
gotta see
and
what
so are
happens.
these other guys. I think that
Of course
NXT
she's
1 year,
green.
dude, Braun Breaker didn't come in that fast. There's no way she's gonna come in less than a year to the main
Ava
roster.
Raine had a serious elbow.
You might see her. You might
so-
see her come on the main roster as far as like a debut on a video segment or something like that. But she's not gonna be like on the main roster like every week by SummerSlam. I think over a year,
After
minimum. Minimum over a year. But we'll wait and see.
long.
We'll see what happens, man. There's another superstar, Kiana James. She's watching on. She's enjoying the Hillbillies taking their L. Another shot of the Schism with the whole gang together. Kane's son. That's crazy. Can't believe that's Kane's son.
Let me tell you, this fucking girl, I could smell the gasoline from my house because the jetpack is so fucking high on her. I don't know who is putting it on. Who is it? I want to know. Is it Triple H? Is it Shawn Michaels? She is everywhere. The only breakthrough star that didn't do shit in the fucking tournament is basically the fucking star. Can you believe this?
Yeah. Well, she's also the Rock's daughter, so deal with it.
No,
That's-
I'm talking
that's
about.
right.
I'm talking about Kiana James.
Oh, Kiana James? Oh,
fucking
yeah,
James.
Kiana James, yeah. Yeah, but she's got a star. I told you when I first saw her, I was like, she's got something about her. She looks like she could be a
Got the
superstar.
look.
She got the look. And the,
Yeah, I didn't say
not
she
just the
was a
look, the
star.
moves, man. I said it. And she is a star. Have some fucking respect. Shout out to
when she waved
shout
the
out
bag, when she waved
shout
the fucking
out
handbag, you saw it.
shout out to the only woman in NXT who can compete with Mandy Rose, and probably, in my opinion, the woman who will take the title off Mandy Rose, Tiffany Stratton. Where are you? It's time you come back. It's time. Take the title off Mandy at WrestleMania.
I'm gonna disagree on that.
I
I'm
know.
gonna disagree
Tiffany
on
Stratton's
that.
a fucking superstar. Superstar.
I'm not gonna have you disrespect.
She's gonna
the
make
show
more
by-
money than Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez combined.
First of all, don't even get me started with Roxanne Perez because it's gonna be an all-out war. But let's go on to the show. Let's go.
Yeah. Now we're gonna get a match featuring Indy Hartwell versus Tatum Paxley, right? Oh man, I didn't think it could get any worse, but this was it. Indy Hartwell is the shits tonight. She missed so many shots. She missed a boot. She missed a stomp. It was fucking bad. She takes this girl's mask off. Apparently, Tatum Paxley's wearing a mask to protect herself. The screen kind of glitched out too. I guess they were giving you a hint of what something's gonna happen later in the night, right?
Scripts.
Oh, I know who Scripps is, by the way. I know
Scripts.
who Scripps is. Do you guys want to know who Scripps is?
Ooh, Jakovic.
No. I'm going to blow your mind right now. I know exactly who Scripps is.
Here we are. Here comes the worldly loser. Here we go. All right.
It's Tyler Breeze.
You know, I had a feeling about that because of the Breeze line. that he
It's
said.
Tyler Breeze, baby.
I had a feeling about that too.
I
when
think
heard
it's Tyler fucking Breeze, man. Because that kid's money in the ring. He's already certified. He deserves a nasty fucking run. Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, he
Prince
needs a
Pretty.
run at TNA. We don't need him back. We don't need him.
How
back.
about Fandango? Dirty Dango?
Oh hell no!
How about,
Hell
and
no.
do you like Dirty Dango? Who are you taking back if you could take back one? Tyler Breeze or Dirty Dango?
Jesus?
Neither.
Look at him.
Man,
I'm gonna have to say I gotta say because I was a fan of him.
of who?
Tyler Breeze.
Tyler Breeze. Okay, Tyler Breeze was awesome. His match with what was it? Tiger. What's that guy? Who's the famous Japanese wrestler that keeps coming back to WWE? Tiger something. Tiger Dragon. I can't remember his fucking name right now.
Tiger Dragon.
Beat me.
God damn, he had a big match at NXT TakeOver with him, Tyler Breeze, man. I'm going to remember it later. Anyway, Tyler Breeze has put on some bangers. Indy Hartwell fucking sucks on this match tonight. It was bad. It was not good. She missed a lot of spots. The ending looked really fucking brutal. And then, Ivy Niles just out there watching. And it looked awkward. It looked like she didn't even belong out there. And she's not doing anything. She's just watching that Indy Hartwell is basically being a bitch and, ripping her mask off. And Ivy Niles just letting her. I don't know. I wasn't impressed with this match. How about you, Anthony? Were you impressed with this match at all?
No,
Jay?
but I'm gonna. I
Go.
just wanna.
Go ahead, Ant. It's all yours. The floor is yours.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. The floor is yours.
Oh, I'm laughing.
You need to. I loved Indy's role when she was doing the thing with Gargano, Candice, and Dexter.
Yes.
You need to keep her in a role like that and not put her in the ring anymore because I'm getting sick of seeing her on my TV. She needs to get the fuck off, not be in that fucking ring wrestling because she's terrible.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Dodge City.
Well, yeah, this match should have been earlier in the night. It should have been before the main event. But I guess they wanted to make, the main event shine. So they're like, yeah, put this shit show on before the main event. And then no matter what, the main event will be good because it'll be better than this. All right? Maybe. Now we're going to get the notes. Your cameras couldn't catch me. I got past your guards with ease. Now that I'm here, everything after this will only be a breeze. Because I'm fast as lightning, smarter than you think. Moves are incredible. You miss it if you blink. Next week you will see that you and I aren't the same. So tell me, who's first to play a little game? Next week you will see, blah, blah, blah. Sincerely, Scripps. I think it's Tyler Breeze. Maybe it's not, but I would love it if it was. That'd be awesome. Then I'd be right. I like being right sometimes.
It looks like a bigger type of guy.
Probably,
It doesn't
yeah.
look like Breeze.
Nah, I'm not going to argue. Who could it be? Who could it be? Let's all take some guesses. Come on. Jay, who do you think it's Scripps? Do you think it's someone just completely new?
If it is Tyler Breeze, I may have to consider stop watching. Let's say that right now.
You don't mean that.
Go ahead.
You don't mean that.
No,
You don't mean. What if it's Nick Aldis?
Ooh, that's a good guess. No, he's been saying
He's free.
Yeah,
He's free.
I was gonna say Braun Strowman just be.
You don't think Nick Aldis would be a good fit to NXT, Jay?
hell no.
How about Matt Cardona?
No. He's
That-
main roster.
What if it's Mark Henry?
No.
And he comes out and he's Scripps sexual chocolate edition. Something, no?
What about Bully? I mean, could he? be-
Goldberg? I think Goldberg has a better
No,
chance.
no.
Doesn't
DDP.
he have a title match?
Yo, well, imagine just Undertaker comes out. He's like, I'm Scripps. I'm back. Oh, man, I would lose my shit. Well, who could it be, man? I don't know. There's not a lot. Who are the other free agents out there? Are there any other free agents I don't know about? No, Alistair Black's committed to WWE for like 3 years. He's not going anywhere.
There's some indie guy named Navarro, but that's all.
WWE fucked up. They should have signed. WWE should have signed Bandito.
Yeah.
I think they fucked that up. That's a major loss right there to not pick that guy up, man. If you had the chance to pick up Bandito and you don't, fucking stupid. Last man standing match is going to be coming up in a little bit. The main event of NXT. We're going to see a little segment right now. Indy Hartwell, Roxanne Perez. Perez was telling her, not to take it too far. Blah, blah, blah. I thought this was real weak. Weakest promo of the night, as a matter of fact. I thought Roxanne Perez was terrible in this segment. This is terrible. Not good, Jay.
Jesus, talk about when I come back at the perfect timing, because we are into Roxanne Perez, one of the rising stars, the babyface of NXT, the one that is going to take the title off of Mandy Rose next year. I'm telling you right now.
Smoking that.
Going to take the title off her.
You must be smoking
This
that
is
crack.
perfect, but let's face it, I hate this booking so bad, because when you have somebody that's in the ring tonight and basically, I don't know, was trying to do a boot on a girl and she just basically fell on her ass. When you have somebody and you program her with Roxanne Perez, a rising star, it's just bad news. So I'm a little scared, to be honest about this.
Anthony, what do you think of Roxanne Perez?
I have nothing.
Wow, nothing. And why don't you have nothing? I wonder why.
Quiet.
Tell me why you don't have nothing. Tell me what you really feel about Roxanne Perez.
Go ahead. You could crap on her. A lot of people do.
Just let it
I'm
out.
not gonna shit on her because
I
mean, she could. I don't know.
In the ring, she's not bad, but I just don't feel like she has the personality.
Oklahoma? Her promo build.
Yeah, exactly. The promo skill's just not there yet. It's not believable. Anything she says, I don't
Playing
believe.
her part. She's
Yeah,
a bitty
badly.
girl. That's her part.
Badly.
That's the
Badly.
point.
No, that's not the point. You think it's the
Yes.
point
She's supposed
because you have
to
a
put those
biased
little
opinion.
smiles.
Cora
She's
Jade.
supposed to put those
Cora
little kid smiles
Jade
on their
fucking
faces.
stinks.
You know who did that for many years
Yes.
in NXT? Bailey. Bailey has done it so many times to little kids, and she's doing the same thing. She's
Cora
touching all these little kids on
Jade
Orlando. She touched
is
all the
good,
kids on TV.
and
She's
Roxanne
touching them all.
Perez stinks. End of story.
Oh God.
Cora Jade
Oh,
would be
she's
successful.
I'm gonna say this. She's sick so bad that JD tonight decided to do the pop rocks, right? Bullshit.
Because it's a regular move that was done in Germany
It's
in
not a regular
1970.
move. It
Nobody
was done
cares.
by the greatest
Pop
person in the
rocks
world,
is
Roxanne
old.
Perez.
They've been doing it since 1970.
How dare you.
Lou
How
Thez
dare you,
Press
sir.
did it against
How dare
fucking
you,
Buddy Rogers. Shut your ass up, man. It's not
I
an
will
original
not
move.
Shut up. Me and all these Roxanne Perez will not shut her out.
There are no Roxanne Perez fans. You are the only Roxanne Perez fan I have
am
ever
not. I
met
am
in
not.
my life.
You're
And
gonna
you know
see all the
what?
lights
This
tonight.
year, I
All
met
the
a lot of wrestling fans, and not one of them ever came up to me and said, you know what? Roxanne Perez is the pillar of NXT. Only you. You can't see he's speechless, Anthony. Look at him. He's he's speechless. That's the way I like it. Let's get on to the main event, man. Mandy Rose versus Alba Fire. Last man standing. Last woman standing. They're going to remind us again about next week. Wendy Chu versus Cora Jade. And I definitely hope that Cora Jade beats the holy hell out of Wendy Chu. I really hope so. Alba Fire, Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose coming out. Yes, there are a lot of screenshots of Mandy Rose. And, you know, there's a reason for that.
She's gorgeous. So come on.
Just enjoy. Just sit back and enjoy the view. Mandy Rose, your NXT Women's Champion. Going to go on to have a pretty good fucking match with Alba Fire. Going over the time limit, TV time limit. I think it went to about 10:06 p.m. Very good match, actually. I was pretty impressed with Alba Fire. There was my one gripe was that super kick at the end. The commentator said that she hit Mandy Rose in the jaw, but I have to disagree with that. I don't think she came anywhere near her fucking jaw. We get a new surprise at the end of the match. And Jay, I'm just going to go to you. Because I know I just left you speechless about Roxanne Perez. So I'm sure you got something to say about Cora Jade.
Man, all these bugs that I got in my TV, all these little sources I got in my back is fucking my whole shit up. But,
What'd you think of the main event, though? Mandy Rose, Alba Fire.
yeah, this is by far probably one of the worst NXT women's matches that I've ever seen for the championship. This was pretty bad. I say bad because it just didn't deliver. When you say a last woman standing match, I'm expecting a last kind of man standing match because that's where you got the fucking gimmick from. But you did not deliver. I don't think a couple dumpsters is going to make it a last woman standing. I didn't really see, the bat.
Well, that spot was stupid, dude. She took out the toolbox from under the ring, and then she didn't even use any of the fucking tools. She just went back to a steel chair. It's like that whole thing you just did was pointless, you stupid fuck.
I just thought, if you're going to name a match a last woman standing match, you really have to go all out, and you really have to put the woman down. I just felt like, okay, for example, I'll tell you this.
This match should have started at 9:30, Jay.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Mandy Rose is on the outside. Steel chairs on the floor. Mandy Rose body slams Alba Fire onto the steel steps. Already, Vic Joseph is already saying, ref is already counting to 10. Are you serious? So a body slam, and do you believe that this woman decided to come up at 5 or 6? What the fuck is that? So you're telling me a body slam?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong, but I also think the match should have started at 9:30, Jay. How are you going to have a last man standing match start at 9:51?
Well, I think they were just trying to put everything in. I mean, we all saw that tonight, guys. I think it's obvious. They try to put a lot of things in for us. But this match, to me, didn't deliver. I think if you're going to do a last woman standing match, you really got to go all out, and I didn't really see it.
You don't have a last man standing match that's going to be only 15 minutes long. It's stupid.
That's a problem.
That too.
But, I mean, to me, just NXT as a whole, except for like, a couple, like every week there's always a couple matches here and there that stand out. Hence, JD and Apollo. To me, that was the only match that stood out.
Yeah, no, but that match was so fucking good it made the whole show watchable.
Right. So then you have two big matches. One that started the show and the one that finished the show, and both of them were shit.
And they're both with the world champion.
Right. So how do you what needs to be stopped is the producing of the matches. Let these guys do it. Go out there and do their thing. You need to stop. WWE needs to stop with this producing.
Well, I think what happens is every week they give one or two guys or girls the go-ahead to say, go do your match. You have 20 minutes, you have 15 minutes. Like with JD and Apollo, that match wasn't scripted. That was them having a professional wrestling match.
But see, that's what happens when you let two guys that know their craft. I'm going to say it right now, Braun Breaker and Von Wagner, I guarantee if you would have let them have that match and just not produce it, they would have given us a banger.
Probably.
Mandy Rose and...
It just goes back to what Jay was saying. They're just trying to fit everything into a 2-hour window, so they have to produce some of these matches just for time restraint purposes, unfortunately. And that's where the TV show politics take over the wrestling world. Because instead of us getting, like, in my opinion, NXT every week should be like 5 good wrestling matches and a couple of segments. That's it.
I'm gonna say it like this. I remember when NXT first went onto the WWE network. Now it's the Peacock. Go back to an hour. Nobody's watching this. What are their ratings every week? What is NXT's ratings every week?
Oh, they're not far behind AEW, to be honest with you. AEW averages about 775,000 on the Nelsons, and NXT's right behind, usually about 650 to 700,000 every week.
But to me, you keep people watching that show if you do it for an hour. Do it from 8 to 9, and then that's it.
I don't know if I completely agree with that, only because I'm so used to the 2-hour format, and you know what it is? Raw's 3 fucking hours, right? So, and sometimes that show's very hard to get through. So when I watch these 2-hour shows, it feels like almost like a relief to me, because I don't have to sit there and watch it for 3 hours. 1 hour with NXT would be really hard, because think about it. You have all these different brands. You have the man's champion, the women's champion, the tag team champion, the women's champion, the North American champion, and then all these other superstars that you want to, introduce and build storylines for, and you're taking opportunity away. If you take away that 1 hour, just look at it like that, Anthony. Let's say you're in NXT and you're in the Performance Center and you're busting your ass to become a professional wrestler, and then you just can't even make it on the show because it's only 1 hour and there's just no room for you. Wouldn't you be devastated?
No. But here's the thing, though. If you give the people that are kind of coming up, giving them a shot, having 1 or 2 matches a week, and then having the rest kind of build to a pay-per-view, like have them build to a takeover. You have Survivor Series coming up. Have them build to a takeover. Do a takeover.
Yeah, they could do a takeover, but I don't think taking away the hour. If anything, the hour adds to building up the takeover. I think your main problem that you're having is the overall production of the show isn't living up to your taste.
I have a problem.
It's not even the taste. It's just you got to produce better with the hype. You got to give your show more hype. And some of the segments and some of the matches didn't give you hype about it, and it's a constant thing every week. Correct me if I'm wrong. Feel free.
You're not wrong, but you're also not right. And the reason I say that is because I feel like NXT sometimes to me is the best show on the week sometimes, and sometimes it's not. And the nights that it's not, it's really not. That's the problem, I think. I think the days that it's really bad, it's fucking like almost unwatchable kind of bad. And I think that shit sticks out probably to more people.
But now let me throw this out there. Can you get through a semi-decent show of AEW every week? Are you able to get through that?
Absolutely.
Because see, here's the deal. Yes, you have the 2 hours with AEW, but they are kind of forwarding storylines. With some things I feel with NXT is that they don't have like good storylines that kind of stick. To where AEW, they have a very good few storylines that are going to stick to you.
Well, to AEW's benefit, you gotta look at it like this: the reason the storylines are good is because the superstars are good. If AEW doesn't have those certain stars, you wouldn't care about any of these fucking stories. So NXT, on the other hand, has a handful of stars. Not a whole locker room filled with them. So, you got to give them the benefit of the doubt. The whole point of NXT at the end of the day is it's developmental. And you get to get a peek behind the curtain. This whole thing is about developing talent. So you can't expect talent to be killing it because not all talent are capable of killing it. And how else do we find out? Other than giving them that opportunity. So that's unfortunately why NXT sucks sometimes, because you're watching people get opportunities and then waste them or make the most of them. And that's just the way it is, and that's the way it's got to be. Just like Carmelo Hayes says, that's the way it is, and that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah. No, I will agree with that.
Yeah, it's a developing brand, developing talent. So there's always going to be a chance of a segment being a complete shit show because we wouldn't know otherwise. You're not going to know if a superstar has it if you don't give them that opportunity.
But what's this NIL program that they have?
What's that?
Isn't that like kind of like a developmental before they put them on at the NXT? That might be the underleague shit, the training and getting through the gym, and they probably assign you with a trainer, and then if the trainer thinks you're ready, then maybe you get like a dark match, or you get like a... Yeah, because I'm going to say this right now. I'm sorry that one dude that did that promo and that made himself look like a fool. Like the way it was like, oh, well, okay, this guy's injured, that guy's injured.
Oh, yeah, Big Body Javi?
It's kind of like, dude.
I would love to know if that was his promo or if somebody gave that to him. Jay, you have any comments on any of this shit?
Yeah, I'm going to say this. NXT is not a third brand. It's a developmental brand, like Savage said. Now, here's another thing. Savage also said taking opportunity. Taking opportunity is 100% correct why NXT is wrong. Stars like Mandy Rose, Apollo Crews, JD McDonough, Ian R. Dragunov, I could keep going on and on, that already had opportunities, and we just decide to throw them in here, because we're changing it to Europe, because you're not cutting it on the main roster, so let's bring you down. Now, granted, some of these people took and they honored their craft. I can name Mandy Rose for one. Hey, kudos to you. But you are taking opportunity from rising stars, and you're not giving them the opportunity to get the ring time to work. I don't care if you're in the performance center putting in the work. It's a lot different when you're there live. And you need that ring time, and you need that TV time. And this is why I said from the beginning, they're trying to put everything to us all in 2 hours because they're just trying to put a lot of content into us. They can minimize that, but overall, I just feel all these stars that had their opportunities for so long, okay, because JD McDonough was not named JD McDonough when he came in. They already had the opportunities. Why do we need to see more of these guys? Well, because they're great wrestlers and they do great fancy moves and they put great matches, so we need to have them on. They're not putting anyone over if you really think about it. JD McDonough, yes, he put Apollo Crews over. But remind you, Apollo Crews was and made WrestleMania. Apollo Crews was an intercontinental champion. He had his opportunities, and this is what hurts the rising stars, and this is why they get buried, and this is why they get bad booking. Another example is Hartwell and Perez. There you go.
NXT does a good job, though, of creating superstars, because over the years we've seen the names that have come out of NXT over and over and over again. But not every one of them is going to be a grand slam or a home run or a fucking whatever. And we have to get through the shit. We have to get through the mud. You got to rip apart all the coal to find that diamond, as Triple H would say. You have to battle to find that 1 in a million. And there might be a bunch of superstars that you think exist on NXT right now, but only one of them, and maybe maybe none of these guys are that diamond. Maybe the diamond hasn't showed up yet. I think if there was one diamond on NXT right now, it's got to be Braun Breaker. He's the one standout superstar that, obviously I said JD McDonough's the best wrestler on NXT, but I didn't say he was the best superstar on NXT. The best superstar on NXT is Braun Breaker, without question. Marketing wise,
what do you guys think of Gacy?
He's awesome, but
marketing wise, he's great.
Yeah, Gacy's got a super amount of potential. He reminds me of a lot of different people. He reminds me of a Mick Foley. He reminds me of a Bray Wyatt. He reminds me of someone that doesn't give a fuck about his body, willing to take the bumps, take the shots, put in the work, and I think he has a future in WWE. We'll see what happens. So far, he's been doesn't seem like he gets injured, from what I've seen so far. Unlike somebody else that I really am a fan of, and that's Tony D'Angelo. I think Tony D'Angelo is right underneath Braun Breaker as far as superstar potential. I feel like Tony D'Angelo is right under Braun Breaker when it comes to marketing, superstar potential. And guy that can go on Raw right now and probably get heat by himself without doing much, just saying a couple of words.
I'm going to say this. I honestly think that Von Wagner can definitely be that guy, but they have to find something different. New gimmick. Give him either a new gimmick, give him a new name.
Well, it would be nice to just see them actually treat him like what he looks like. He looks like a giant. They need to give him the giant treatment. End of story.
So I think if you would have booked him like you would book, I don't know if this is the right type of comparison, but this is one thing that I could come up with, is if you would have booked him like a Braun Strowman, that dude would succeed.
Well, Von Wagner's got a lot of potential. He's still super fucking green, man. So we'll see. He's in the list of guys that can be champion next year. You know, him, JD McDonough, Apollo Crews, Grayson Waller, Joe Gacy.
I love Grayson Waller.
There's a couple other
stars
guys.
This is the problem. Naming stars that already had opportunities.
Yeah, but they're going to have runs again. I mean, that's why they bring Ziggler back.
Why? That's the problem.
Oh, it is what it is. What are you going to do?
That's the problem.
Now, Jay, do you know who this person
what
is?
What are you going to do? Leave him on the main roster, step your fucking game up, and get out of fucking hard developmental.
Jay, who is this person that threw Alba Fire off the ladder and cost her the shot at the NXT Women's Championship?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Nobody knows. Nobody cares. I didn't really care either when it happened. I was just like, okay, so this is the exit. I was like, this is the execute. This is the way we're gonna get out of this, and I'm glad it's out. I always told you guys, Alba Fire is trash. I'm tired. Like the promos, the vigilance, the video production, the fire, the kidnapping, toxic attraction, the bat. Oh God, the smoke that comes out acting like she's Becky Lynch. For God's sakes, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
The Jeff Hardy coming out. Ooh, I'm a Swanton person now. What the fuck?
Well, long story short, Mandy Rose retains her NXT Women's Championship, and she's not going anywhere anytime soon. And that's pretty much it for NXT. NXT is over. You guys giving it a thumbs up overall?
I don't think it was a good show today.
I would give it a thumbs up just for that match. I mean, that's the only.
Yeah, but I mean the rest of the
Nah,
show.
I can't. Yeah, it was fell flat. I think a lot of things fell flat.
I mean, again, the Apollo JD match was awesome, but I mean, you can't rely on one match to save an entire show.
Yeah, no,
And how
absolutely
you have
not.
how you have a last woman match picture to picture?
I don't know, man, but the first match should have been longer, and it should have made Von Wagner look a lot stronger. I feel like, you know, they could have did more with that match, another 10 minutes, and cut the fat, in my opinion. Like, you know, just like Anthony saying he wants it to be only 1 hour, that's because it's filled with 2 hours of random shit. Get rid of the random shit. Focus on your superstars that are, like, actually promising. And, you know, find a way to integrate everybody in every 2 weeks or something. We don't have to see some people every week. Maybe there's some people we should see every 2 weeks, maybe every 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Do something different.
I agree with you.
I'd rather see more of the people that are really good than more of people that aren't. I think everybody would agree with that, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I do.
But anyway, that's been NXT. This has been Wrestling with Savage, and we do this every Tuesday, and we'll be back next Tuesday and every other Tuesday after that until NXT gets taken off the air, I guess.
Shout out, because I know I wasn't here because all these glitches I have here in my freaking area. But shout out to Tyrus. I have told you last week Tyrus was going to win the NWA Championship. So shout out to Tyrus for winning the NWA Championship. I did see that match. I did catch that match. God damn, this match was so bad. It made Ray Hatton match look great.
Dude, that pay-per-view was horrible.
Slow as fuck. I can't believe Tyrus did a splash and he hit his knees first before doing the splash. It was by far the worst, but god damn it, congratulations, Tyrus. You finally did it. I know he was a former NWA.
They only gave him the belt because he has that job on Fox.
Yeah, of course. And that's why I called that he was going to win. And he did. So congratulations.
We knew he was going to win that match. Because Matt Cardona is headed to the Royal Rumble. By the way, did you see the dirt sheet released for the Royal Rumble list?
Yes, I had.
It's on the Discord, so if anybody wants to see who's going to win the Royal Rumble, it's on Wrestling with Savage Discord. Go to the website, wrestlingwithsavage.com. Find the link. Go to the Discord. Join in the conversation. Leave us your questions. And make sure to follow us on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify. That is Jay. That is Anthony. And I am Savage. And everybody, have a good night. And God bless.
Listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to you live by the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Because they are the best tag team in the world today! Woo!
George.
Wrestling with Savage.
I think George just tried his resume for Tony Khan. I don't know. Up for George, huh?
We're Savage!
Of course.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to you live by the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
I'm trying to give these two WWE